Well, you have just a few hours left now to have your say in the country's electricity pricing and all related issues. The National Energy Regulator, or NERSA, could increase tariffs by 38.1%. Let me repeat that for you, 38.1% as early as April next year. Now, they've asked for public comments on this, and non-profit organisation Dear South Africa is urging everyone to take the opportunity to influence whether Eskom is granted a hike or not. But you need to hurry. The closing date is today. Gideon Joubert is the CEO for Dear South Africa. Hello, Gideon. Good to have you back on eNCA. Do these public comments actually make a difference?
They make a massive difference, and I think it's very important. And I had a conversation about this with someone yesterday. Is that it's quality over quantity, although quantity does quite often have a quality all of its own. And as we stand at the moment, on the closing day, we're at about just over 38,000 people that have individually submitted comment on this. From our sort of initial analysis, they appear to be overwhelmingly rejecting the proposed tariff increase. What I also think is important to highlight is that it's not simply a 38.1% increase 1st of April next year. There's also a 5% additional increase baked into that for the 2023-2024 year. So you're looking at essentially a guaranteed 43% tariff increase, which is, I think calling it astronomical is probably not unfair.
It's probably an understatement, I think, is how some people who are suddenly reaching for their anxiety medication, as we continue our conversation, Gideon, they might describe it as a lot worse than that. So when you now look at these comments that come through, someone who's never taken part in a public comment like this before, what do you actually need them to do? What do you are expected to do when providing public comment like this? What do you need people to say so it can be taken, as you were saying, quality over quantity?
So what we've done on our platform in order to make it as easy as possible for people to comment in the acceptable legal format is it's a series of drop-down menus they have to navigate and populate with their personal details, as well as whether they agree, disagree, or not fully agree with the proposal. There is then also the opportunity for them to write, whether it's a paragraph or some people prefer to write several pages of any comment really that just sort of states their position. They're more than welcome to just click through it and not write anything, because we still submit a yes or no, agree, disagree comment via email to the originator. However, if they would like to write something, I think there's more than enough people can write about Eskom, about the cost of living, about the state of taxation in South Africa, about corruption plaguing Eskom, and people being concerned about that even though that issue doesn't seem to be remotely addressed adequately, Eskom keeps asking for more money. Those are just examples of some of the comments that have come through. So the only thing we really advise people please not to do is please don't be rude, and try to keep the swearing to a minimum. I know it's a very, very hot topic on that, but essentially if you navigate our campaign, populate the menus as they should be, your comment will be valid.
And just as I say goodbye to you briefly, Gideon, just tell us where everyone needs to go and take part in these public comments. I imagine it's on your website. You tell us you've made it a bit easier. Where are people going? And then have we actually seen a reduction in tariff increases because of public comments before? You do feel that this is some sort of gatekeeping mechanism, and it does actually work?
It does definitely work, and we've seen a lot of bad proposals, including tariff increases, shelved, back down on, adjusted. So the public comment makes a massive impact. And you can find this campaign at dearsafrica.org, and then you can just simply click on the quick link latest campaigns, and it'll be one of the ones near the top. So as opposed to me reading out the whole URL, but just go or Google Dear South Africa, go to our website, and you will find the campaign there quite easily.
That's what I just did. I just Googled Dear SA, and it came up as the first hit on Google, so not difficult to find. Appreciate your time, Gideon, as always. Good to talk to you. Gideon Joubert, Dear South Africa's CEO. So go visit the Dear SA website, have your say, public comment, and weigh in what could be a 38% increase for Eskom as of April next year.